Welcome in to the Saturday Financial Fun Astrology and Merriman Market Analyst podcast. I'm Thomas Miller. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a shortened financial week ahead. Monday, of course, is the Martin Luther King holiday, so the markets will be closed. But looking at the week past and some astrology for the week ahead and some interesting stuff on AI in this newsletter. So let's jump right in. This is written by, of course, financial analyst and financial astrologer Ray Merriman. It's published weekly, free on his newsletter, MMAcycles.com. You just go to the top and there's the free link right there. Kicking us off with a news story from the Wall Street Journal on January 11th. Americans aren't in the clear yet. The Consumer Price Index increased 3.4% from a year earlier in December, the Labor Department said on Thursday. The acceleration from November's 3.1% advance shows inflation isn't fully beaten, end quote. Now Ray's commentary for this week's action. In the week that saw a new moon in Capricorn form a favorable trine to Uranus, January 10th and 11th, and exalted Mars in Capricorn form a trine to the optimistic Jupiter in Taurus, January 12th, several equity markets continued their surge to new all-time and multi-year highs. This was most notable in the United States, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, Japan, and India. However, not all equity markets performed well. Both Hong Kong and China's stock indices continued to trade near their yearly lows. Additionally, even in those regions where new highs occurred, other indices did not make new highs, thus creating cases of intermarket bearish divergence. Bitcoin also made a new yearly high of 49,054 on Thursday, January 11th, on the news that several Bitcoin ETFs had been approved for trading by the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. However, one day later, Friday, January 12th, Bitcoin had already dropped 12% to the 43,000 level. Crude oil keeps chugging upwards, reaching a high of 75.25 intraday on Friday, which is getting close to making a new 7-week high if it can exceed the 76.18 high of December 26th. By the end of Friday's trading, it was back down to $73, so the uptrend is still not confirmed, but is due. Now the short-term Geocosmics. From the Wall Street Journal on January 9th. Article is entitled Claudine Gay's My Truth and the Truth by William Galston. These arguments for diversity don't treat it as an end in itself or set aside the quest for truth. Diversity must serve this quest. The goal, wherever possible, is to replace diverse perspectives with a unifying truth that not all individuals and groups can share despite their differences. The quest for truth in these matters is not an impossible mission. There is no need to replace the truth with my truth. And there are many reasons not to. The renewal of American higher education will begin when its leaders endorse this simple proposition. End quote. And then from the January 10th Wall Street Journal Opinions and Letters section, a danger of AI isn't that it will learn to think. It cannot and will not. The danger is that it can be taught to lie, although it will never know it is lying. One simply needs to load the database with bad data. Imagine that in the hands of certain politicians. Note also that these are the people who want to be put in charge of AI. End quote. Now Ray's commentary. The beginning of the new year continues to be rocky and a struggle for many financial markets. Traders are taking a more discerning and cautious view of committing investment funds. This is consistent with Mercury now re-entering the skeptical sign of Capricorn this weekend on January 14th, following its retrograde cycle from Capricorn to Sagittarius and now back to Capricorn over the past month. This combination is more serious-minded and less prone to over-optimistic views of the future. If something can go wrong, or if something is not as rosy as claimed, Mercury in Capricorn will see it first. Another change in investor sentiment may be setting up on January 20th as both the Sun and Pluto ingress into Aquarius together. This is significant because 0 degrees Aquarius is the supercharged degree of the new era, AIRA, the Jupiter-Saturn synodic cycles in air signs that began on December 21, 2020. This highlights themes related to Jupiter, Saturn, and Aquarius. Jupiter and Saturn by themselves represent themes related to laws, court cases, and education, and all of these are, quote-unquote, on trial now, i.e., the Donald Trump and Joe and Hunter Biden cases, plus the role of DEI in secondary and higher education university venues. With Pluto, big and surprising changes are unfolding here. These topics will accelerate in February when Mercury, Mars, and Venus will also cross the critical 0 degrees Aquarius point. However, the bigger importance of this, I think, will revolve around the role of AI, artificial intelligence, in transforming both the fields of education and labor. AI has the potential to increase efficiency and accuracy and to review much more quickly and objectively than humans can. That means a major displacement within the workforces of today's world. Many will lose their jobs. Many more jobs will be created for those who are into AI and its applications. An important point in this transformation deals with the ethics involved in the use of AI. Will it truly and objectively be used to increase efficiency in education and the workplace? Or will it be weaponized to use against one's adversaries? I'm of the more optimistic camp, but we may first go through a period of testing, after which new laws and policies will be put into place to safeguard the destructive and possibly harmful use of AI. Looking further ahead, we see Jupiter trine Pluto from 0 to 1 degrees Gemini to Aquarius on June 2nd. These are the same degrees that Uranus and Pluto will occupy in 2025 and 2026. Once the primary cycle low in stocks unfolds, before then, we may see a soaring rally into this period, and the leaders may be the emerging companies focused on AI and other innovations in technology. So we'll be getting a preview of this 2025 to 2027 Aries vortex that's described in the Forecast 2024 book at that time. So be ready. And of course, all of that is described in detail in the 2024 Forecast audiobook, which is available at MMAcycles.com, and also a direct link from hightimelinebooks.com. You can get it from either place. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Have a great week and a good holiday on Monday.